This is a short highlight from the Intent Talks Live. The channel is created to inspire you to turn your intention into action. How happy are you?
What would you do if you only have 1 month left to live?
Self-love.
Stay connected.
Quality time is actually to spend time with family.
Thank you for joining our first Intent Talks Live. I teach leadership courses at Google, and one of the most popular courses is called Search Inside Yourself. Now, strong leaders have high emotional intelligence, and self-awareness is the foundation of emotional intelligence. A study shows that while 95% of people think that they are self-aware, the real number is actually closer to 10 up to 15%. So you might wonder, what is self-awareness? It is simply the ability to see ourselves clearly for who we really are. Our culture focuses a lot on playing on our strengths, but this is only half of the equation. We also need to embrace our areas of improvement. Transformation happens when we are willing to face our vulnerabilities. The third ugly truth about self-awareness is that it hurts. How we see ourselves may not be how others see us. On the reverse, we may be living based on how others define us. As such, we deny ourselves of being authentic in order to please others. There is a powerful story attributed to the Native American. An old Cherokee is teaching his grandson about life. "A fight is going inside me," he said to the little boy. "It is a terrible fight, and it is between two wolves. One is greedy, resentful, and deceitful. The other wolf is compassionate, generous, and authentic." So the grandson thought about it for a while and asked, "Which of the wolves will win?" The elder simply replied, "The one you feed." Whether or not it's your first time hearing this story, it reminds us of the power of noticing our emotions, and more importantly, that we have a choice on how we respond to our experiences. We make choices on how we treat ourselves, whether we nurture the good wolves such as self-compassion or the bad wolf such as our self-critic. We also make choices on how we show up each day at work and with our relationships. When someone has been putting you down and suddenly asks for your help, will you take the high ground of being compassionate, or will you follow your impulse, which is to retaliate? This takes practice. It's easy to feel like a victim when we are being challenged. We blame our family, our past, our boss, or our circumstances today. But this also takes away our freedom of choice. We lose our personal power when we depend on other people or events to make us happy. After all, happiness is not a conditional state. It is a state of being. By being more self-aware, we exercise our freedom of choice, and we can make life-changing decisions. I call this true self-living. We take one step at a time. Like every morning, we set an intention of how we want to show up. We become more deliberate on how we respond to life that is happening here and now. As such, the peaceful wolf becomes our lifelong companion. Think of our lives like navigating a ship. We continue to course correct towards the direction of our true north, our values, and our vision. We will definitely face storms and rough waters. But as long as we feed the peaceful wolf each day, the deceitful wolf will never have power over us. Now let's start with our first question of the week. What is one thing you want to feed? Write your comments on our group chat. Anna says, being a better listener to my husband. Love it. Thank you, Anna. Benjamin says, allowing myself to enjoy my weekend without feeling guilty. Yes, self-care. What else? Judy says, being more courageous at work to speak my mind even when others think differently. Excellent. Thank you everyone for being so open to share. Self-awareness is empowering. People who are more self-aware are also more fulfilled. They are more effective leaders and they also have better relationships. They are more creative and more confident. Now let's move to our next question. What is one thing you want to release or let go? Susan says, my self-critic. Yes, self-critic stops us from playing bigger. And Jamie says, my desire to please others at the expense of losing my own identity and happiness. You're not alone there, Jamie. In my past relationships, I was the same way. And then I realized that I can only give what I have. Thank you all for allowing me to serve you today. It brings me so much joy. In our next session, we're going to move from self-awareness to self-mastery. Remember one thing, life is more delicious when we are more conscious.